Hey guys, welcome to my Christmas home tour. This is quite possibly one of my favorite videos to film because it's so nice to look back and see what we achieved this year, where we got to with the renovations, how the house is looking now, and also because it's looking its finest at Christmas. I'm gonna be honest, it's been cleaned, it's all been put in place, and it just looks really beautiful with all the Christmas decorations. The house just really suits it, I think. But anyway, without getting on too much, I'm gonna get straight on into it. I've got a new gimbal, which I have you on, so I'm hoping that it's quite nice for the motion, but let's see. I'm afraid it's a super gloomy day today, but as you walk in, I put a little bit more greenery in the hallway this year. And we'll start in the living room. I'm not gonna go through every single item, simply because I've already done room tours of these rooms. Here's a little overview of how the living room looks. So hopefully you'll be able to find all the items that you might wanna know about, but a lot of this stuff has been brought out through the years. We've had it for a little while. These little houses we've had for a really long time now. And I really loved picking up the burgundy this year, which we did a lot over here on the mantelpiece, and I just thought this is probably, I think, my favorite thing about the house this year. Kind of love that it's a little bit glamorous and maybe just a little bit over the top, but in, I think, the right proportion. That's why I went for real candles here, because I think it just makes it feel a little bit more special. We've also got some real candles actually in the fire. This is a working fireplace, but we don't have it working, so we just pop candles in there. And then obviously the gorgeous tree, which just really suits being in the bay window. And I love having it quite simple. And then down just below on the coffee table, we have the berries and the candle too. I did also just swap in some new cushions this year. Unfortunately, I don't have the right inners in them yet. So bear with me on that. They're not looking as plump as they could, but hopefully I'll have that sorted in the new year. So that is a little look at the living room. I'm also going to insert some photos here of what every room looks like at night, because it really comes to life at night, I think. You come out of the living room, you then move into the dining room, which again is probably one of the most magical rooms. This year we actually put in the faux tree, which was in our living room last year. We had a little real one in here last year, and I just felt like this room needed a tree. We also picked out all of the burgundy elements, but hopefully you'll have seen that in our dining room tour, and our table is literally all set and ready to go. Having said that, we don't have enough cutlery to go all the way around, so we're using some cutlery at the moment on the other side, but I love keeping it so that it's just ready to entertain, which we don't do a huge amount of, I'm going to be honest. And then we've got the bioethanol fire. I get asked so much about this fire. It gives off a huge amount of heat. We absolutely love it, especially for the effect and the feel. It sounds very much like a real fire. My only negative would be you can smell the fuel. If you are really sensitive to smells like me, you might be able to smell it and that might put you off. But other than that, amazing. So this isn't a real flue, this is just a faux fire, but it's really lovely at this time of the year. And then these are starting to go over, but these faux candles are on top here, and I think they look really, to be honest, just as real as the other ones in the living room. These are all timed, so pretty much everything apart from the real candles are timed. Now, if you've been watching recently, you'll know that we did do a little bit of a very quick makeover to this kind of area, although it's looking a bit of a mess at the moment because it just picks up all of the leaves. And I also still have some greenery out there, which I am planning on giving to friends and family and stuff. But yeah, we actually put some greenery out there ourselves, and it looks so much better for it, and it really does just open up the garden a little bit. But this is something that we don't plan to really do until we extend. I might do a very mini makeover on it at some point. And then around here, we've just got the stars on the wall, and then little Santa down the bottom. I think the dining room, I don't know why, maybe it's the radiator that's been painted, or having the table in the middle of the room, but I think it feels a lot more put together this year. Don't know whether that's just the feel or the look. Sorry about the creaky floors. You're gonna get that in this property. Oh, there is one thing. This light desperately needs changing. If anybody knows where we can find a really beautiful chandelier at a good price, let me know. Moving on through, the only thing we've done here is add a picture. This one was from Dunelm, actually really inexpensive. I think it was about £25. I'll link it if I can. And we do hope to get a cover on this radiator at some point, but because we think that we're going to renovate this at some point, it just hasn't been a priority. Then into the kitchen, which really only has very small touches. I like the kitchen to have as much just general space. It's a small kitchen. We've got our Fortnum and Mason biscuits. This one actually sings a little song. It's very cute. It's a musical tin. And then I've popped the berries in here, and we just have this very sweet little tree decoration, and also our Christmas mugs. So these are our Christmas mugs. They're just mistletoe. There's also one with Santa. And then we have this one here as well, which is on timer. But generally that is it for the kitchen. I think the only thing that we changed this year was we put in these cupboards. I know so many of you said about putting in shelves, which would have been beautiful, but honestly, with a small kitchen, we just needed the space. And yes, it doesn't have handles on it. And no doubt it won't have handles on it for probably about another year, knowing us. Oh, over here I do have some twinkly lights and some cards. And then this is the most exciting thing. This time last year, we didn't have this space. We lodged it out, and now we have it back, and it has made, honestly, such an impact on our lives. We actually took the door off that was there. So the door that would have been there would have been our lodger's private space. We never went in there. We never entered this hallway. So now it feels like we have a huge extra part of our house, and it's just amazing. We haven't done a huge amount here, but this room here, I'm actually not going to show much of it. It's just a bit of a dumping room and has a very squeaky door, but this is our downstairs loo, and we're actually going to be doing a makeover in this one in the new year. We just can't decide whether to keep the shower or not. Sorry, I don't know if it was in or out of focus then, but we could probably do with more of a utility room, and we barely use this downstairs bathroom, and it's a huge shower. I want to make it more fun down here, potentially wallpaper, dark paneling, but it's whether we put the washer dryer in here. If you're new to the channel, on the way back out, I'll show you where the washer dryer is. But we don't have much space, so it could be nice to have more space. And then moving on from here is our Snug, which honestly, we have used so much, potentially more than our living room this year. And guys, we have a third tree, and you won't believe it, it's a fun one. I know you always say I do things so elegantly, but there's a place for this kind of tree, especially in my heart, and I just absolutely love it. So we actually went and picked this one up with Ollie's grandparents. We went to pick up their tree, and we picked up this super cute tree, and this one is the one that has just all of those random fun decorations. So we have this one from when we went to Canada, and this one is my grandma's, who's no longer with us. So we've got a little boat in there from our engagement trip, one from Italy where we're getting married next year. Just some lovely decorations. We got them from Belgium and Germany and all of our trips, and I think it suits it. But I will also say we have multicolored lights on this tree, so if we want to, we can go really fun, and I just love that about it. We've got our nutcracker in the back there, and then we moved the tree and we moved this console along, and we're actually using my iMac there to be able to watch things on Amazon or Netflix if we want to, and it works fine for now. And then the shelves, which I'm going to be honest, still haven't decorated properly, but I think they look great in here. And then we just got a little Christmas tree and light on here too. I actually picked these up. This is behind, by the way. This little bauble has our address on it. It's the front door. But I picked these up recently when I went antiquing, and I think they're so beautiful, as well as this lovely bell here. I love him. Yeah, that is pretty much the downstairs, and then this room obviously has the view to the garden as well, which we didn't have before, and people used to keep saying, well, how do you not have any access to the back apart from the dining room? Like, it was just a bit complicated, but we took away the huge stump and everything that was here, and it's really opened it up. It's made it just such a nice space, and we've got some little pots down there. Potentially next year this is something that we're going to work on, especially that horrible mound that's in the middle of the garden, but it's going to be a big job that we're not sure is worth us doing or us waiting for a digger to come and help us out when we actually extend down here. So anyway, moving back through, if I go a little bit quicker because you've already seen all of this. Back here, so our kitchen is quite dark actually as far as the space. It doesn't have much light. That's why we want to extend and knock down. This behind here is where we have the washer dryer. And I think potentially it'll be much nicer moving it, much easier. And then we've got the understairs covered. Right then, let's head upstairs. Oh, I didn't mention one of the most exciting things, our stair runner. Some of you long-term viewers will know we picked up this stair runner secondhand for £40, and we've had it sat in our house for about a year, which is just absolutely terrible, but it's a really gorgeous stair runner actually. It's quite a tough stair runner, so I feel like the people getting rid of it might have wanted something a little bit softer, but because we're still renovating, and you'll see our middle floor, this is absolutely ideal for us, really robust. And then we've got these brass rods to go through it as well, and it just makes it so much cozier down here. And when you walk up it, silence. I mean, for us anyway. Then up the stairs, you still have one hallway of doom, which hasn't been renovated. Yeah. And then up some more stairs, you have this, which is more exciting. This is going to be our project for the new year, and as you can see, we have started. So it's been ripped out, and this is where the doorways are going to be moved to. So you can see that one's been opened up. We've sealed it all in for dust and also warmth, because our windows in there aren't great at the moment, but we've had lintels put in. And so the middle floor of our house right now is looking a little bit hectic in comparison to all of the rest of it. This door you can't really see that well, but this one's going to be widened. I'm not going to take you into those. I'll just do a sneak peek. Sneak peek. Oh my gosh, guys. There's a hole in the wall. Okay, that's enough. So this is our next and last floor, and you'll be able to see the hallway hasn't been done up here. Again, this is a job for the new year. This was supposed to be paneling that we were doing, but in all honesty, we just didn't have the time for it. So I'm not sure whether we'll just end up plastering it for now, getting our plastering to plaster it, and then doing a little bit of an easier paneling in the new year. But we are definitely doing this area. This is, I mean, excuse it, I'm not even quite sure what this has on it or in it at the moment. But this is additional storage that we do need in the hallway. It's quite big, I'm not sure if you can tell by this video, but it's a really large space and it needs something in it to utilize it. So we've got this old IKEA unit, which we've had for years. And it works for now, it's got like additional bathroom stuff in and just spare stuff that we need. And then this has just random, some of our like stationery type stuff. And of course our advent calendars. I mean, they need to be there. We've got the gorgeous lint ones and they are really nice. We do eat them in the morning. Anyway, went off on a tangent there. We're going to be putting wardrobes in here. We have decided that we're going to do probably an IKEA hack. That's something that we really want to do quite early on in the new year. We want to sort through this and then put the wardrobes in with bespoke doors. We've got, will it focus on it? Spotlights up here, I don't think it's going to focus. And we just hope to make this into a really usable space. But anyway, moving on to the rooms that are usable up here and are finished. We've got our lovely bathroom. This is still a dream space for me, in all honesty. It's really cozy, it works really well. Yeah, it's just literally my dream bathroom. The only Christmassy thing that I did in here were the lights. They look so cute at night, and I love going around the house and it not being totally dark. And then I did add in these, which I thought would be Christmassy, but actually they're going to be all year round, I think. They're just a lovely set of faux flowers. They obviously have a few of the darker elements. Actually, they're probably not sat the best right now. There we go. So I thought that they'd be great for Christmas, but I think I will use them year round. We have just used the shower, by the way. But yeah, apart from that, that's the only Christmassy thing. The room pretty much looks exactly the same. This is still working really well behind here with all of the storage. It doesn't get messy at all, which honestly I can't believe because we are messy people. And then that's the view back out to the hallway. And then the pictures there. Potentially, I think I could have done more Christmas here. Like I think I could have had a little bit of something here. But we're still growing and I want to grow my collection each year rather than rushing it. And I might get some things in the sales this year. And then into potentially one of my favorite rooms in the house. It doesn't get used for a lot, in honesty, apart from relaxing. It's like my dressing room come office. We did get rid of the ottoman here. I say get rid of, it's downstairs. You would have seen it in the living room because we renovated the Snug after this and we really needed another footstool downstairs and I didn't need it up here, but I would still like to put one back up here or move that one back up here. Yeah. Shelves, I haven't done much to. We've got a candle here, like potentially again, something Christmassy would have been lovely. But the fireplaces really are the main things in this room and I think they are what like gives it that Christmas factor. So this is actually one that I've had for years from Balsam Hill and I used to use it in the living room. So you would have seen this in the old home tour in the living room and then I'd put eucalyptus in it. So this year, because we've got a new one down there, I bought this one up and I also put some of these wire lights. You'll see these wire lights all over. I must have about 8 packs of them and absolutely love them. And then I've used the Balsam Hill again, the little, I called them stars, but you guys were right. I think they're definitely like snowflake come stars. I'm not sure. This one looks more like a star to me, but then that looks like a snowflake. Anyway, I think they go perfectly in this room. Just love them on there. And then that pretty much is it for Christmas in this room. It's the same as I think it was when I did this room makeover. I have got the hinges for the doors though, thankfully, though they're not on there yet. And then our bedroom, which again, we've just done the fireplace really. But it feels really cozy this time of the year. It's nice because we didn't have it this time last year, and I felt like the house it didn't feel the same. This has given us a whole new level of the house, which is nice. So down here we have this sparkly garland from the White Company. I'm not sure if they do this anymore. I have had it for years. And it just twinkles at night, which makes it really beautiful. I think this one could look nice with little fairy lights in, but I ran out. And we've got a few of our cards up here as well. And then this one here, you guys maybe would have seen that I picked up last year in the White Company sale, but it was before Christmas, I think. And I think this just shows, I do love this White Company one, but I think this one potentially could have been at least the £60 to £80 mark. And the one downstairs in the living room was like the mid hundreds, like 150 or something. I'll leave it below. But what I'm trying to say is that I feel like for the impact, the Balsam Hill one definitely gives it a little bit more, but sometimes you don't want it. Sometimes you just want more of a delicate garland, and I think it does suit this. This fireplace isn't huge, it's only a little bedroom one, so it suits it. And on here I have popped in the little fairy lights with some stars on it as well, just to give it a little bit of an oomph, a little bit of a twinkle at night when we're in bed. And then I kept it super plain and simple over here with, to be honest, no Christmas decorations, but just a little bit of a twinkle up here I think makes a big difference. And in case you're new, for even more reality of how stark different all of the levels of our house are, this is one of our other rooms, which is currently our storage room because we have nowhere to put this stuff at the moment. We still haven't done our attic. And I do get asked if we still have this bathroom. We do. We barely use it, apart from when, to be honest, we do DIY work and we're really scruffy or dusty. We don't want to go into the upstairs bathroom. We come and shower in this one. And that's a wrap on 2021. I can't believe it. This year has gone so quickly. I know everybody's saying it and it must be really annoying, but it feels like it was just Christmas. Like, it feels like it was just Christmas 2020, and I slightly feel that with the house, although I have to say this year I feel like has been the year for the house with us to finalize things off and get it way more livable. We've obviously claimed back the snug room, which has been so nice, and we moved and finished the top floor, which honestly has been like such a life improvement for us. It's been life-changing, you could say. And we just feel really comfortable in the house this year, and I think it finally feels like we're over that upheaval of the renovations. And I know so many of you must be thinking, that took a long time, but genuinely it took us 3 years. This is, we'll have had the house for 3 years this December. We didn't start renovating straight away, so it's not quite 3 years, but it's been 3 years, and probably without realizing those first 2 years were pretty hard. This third year, with having our nice bedroom and having the majority of the house renovated to at least our standard, it's been really nice. But 2022 is shaping up to be a huge year for us. I'm turning 30, which is just madness. A little bit nervous about that. And then we're hoping to finish the primary suite, which is just gonna be probably the showstopper of the house and no doubt will be my new favorite room. And that's a big project, but I'm really glad that we actually started and finished probably the hardest. I'm saying this now. I may change my mind, but I feel like the hardest, the hardest part is tearing it down, making it all dusty. That horrible few weekends we had where we had skips outside and the house was just full of dust, and we had all the doorways moved. Now hopefully it's putting it back together, and fingers crossed we can get some trade in, and that shouldn't take too long. Then we're getting married, like what? And hopefully by then we may be moving on to another project in the house, and in between that we're definitely going to have lots of little things going on. Like I'm saying, the room next door, that downstairs loo, it's a big downstairs bathroom toilet, and I think it's a little bit too big for what we use it for because we never really use it. Let me know your thoughts on that. What should I do with that room? Do we put washer dryer with like a lovely surface on it? Do any of you have like a utility room come toilet? Do we try and separate them a little bit? Don't know, let me know your ideas. But a huge thank you for all of your support this year, for being here. Honestly, it's just a dream being able to share all of this with you guys, and I really genuinely love doing the interiors and the home, and I can't believe that I get to do that as my job. So big thank you to you. If you're not already, it would make my Christmas if you subscribed, because I'm so close to 80,000 of you watching, which is just absolutely insane. And without getting too gushy, I appreciate each and every one of you so much, and it's been the nicest experience being able to share all of the journey. You genuinely keep us going. When we lose heart, it what like keeps us moving, and that's so nice. All of your encouragement and love online, and it's always so positive. So big thank you to that. Hope you have the most wonderful festive season. I think a few of you thought that when I said in my last video this is going to be my last video. It's not my last video. I will be back. I'm just taking a few weeks break for Christmas, and though hopefully, I mean, I may pop out a vlog, and also I'll be over on Insta stories kind of sharing what I'm up to. But I'm gonna go now because I'm rambling, because I feel like I actually genuinely don't want to go and take a Christmas break, because I love doing my job. Anyway, shush Laura, see you all next year. Have a wonderful Christmas and New Year, and I can't wait to take you along for the rest of the journey. Bye guys.